This is Play North, the Manitoba Games show. The Manitoba Games, powered by Manitoba Hydro, are happening right here in Thompson, Manitoba. It's day 7. Speed skating is the buzz of the games. Absolutely, it's what everybody's talking about. And we're behind the scenes. This is where it all goes down. First of all, I want to talk about this. I'm not sure if you can see it. They got soup in here. This is good living. This is the place that we...
Figure skating.
Is that figure skating soup? Oh, okay. Bummer for you guys. Have you been stealing some of that?
No, we should.
So Scott, apparently you are the skate guru. Are you the guy that keeps everybody moving around the track?
Well, I don't know if I'd give myself that much credit, but I sharpen my own kids' skates.
And it's funny because me and a couple buddies bought a skate sharpener, but we're hockey players,
Yes.
so it looks a lot different than what's happening here. Can you just talk me through how you sharpen them? What's going on?
Yeah, it's a complete manual process. So what we do is we set them up in this jig system, which has the blades perfectly aligned, and then we use a stone, and we grind it. So it's a completely flat grind, whereas hockey's normally a hollow grind, and they have to use a machine. We do it by hand, grind it completely flat, and then once you've flattened it, you create what's called a burr, and then you use the deburring stone to take that off. And it's a bit of a meticulous process because you grind it, get a burr, deburr it, and then you polish it, and then deburr it again, and polish it, and deburr it again. The end goal is to have a perfectly square corner. You don't want burr this way, you don't want burr this way. Perfectly square corner.
Really?
That's the fastest blade, and it'll hold the edge the longest.
Incredible. So it's not exactly a knife edge. I always thought it was a knife edge, but it's flat on the bottom and not rockered like or beveled like the hockey skates. How often would you sharpen these skates? So is it every race? Is it once a month, once a year?
Well, I coach, so my skates I sharpen once a year. But most of the competitors, they'll sharpen it at least during competition daily. And then if you're just training, once or twice a week. It really depends on the ice conditions and whether or not you strip your edge. Yeah.
And just like anything else. And at what age or where along the line do you, as the dad/coach, stop doing the skates for someone else and they start doing them themselves?
That's a very good question. So my daughter's 11, and I'm going to teach her this summer. Okay. And then I'll kind of keep a watchful eye on. I think when you're 12, you should be doing your own skates. That's my opinion.
Yeah, you start carrying your hockey gear at 8 and you start sharpening these skates at 12. So would every competitor have a rig like this, or is this something that sort of moves around with the competition?
Every family would probably have it. You know, like my brother speed skated too, and I speed skated. We shared a jig. But then when you kind of move on, if you become quite competitive, you want your own equipment. Yeah.
You know, one last question for you. Can you just hold up and show us the blades a little more carefully to the camera? And would you change out the blades and sort of the bottom of this off of the boot, or does it always stay together?
This system will stay together unless you damage your blade, then you could swap it out. Okay. Or if your feet grow and you love your blades, then you'd swap the boots out. Yeah.
And I imagine there's a little bit of superstition around blades and boots, and just like everything else.
Absolutely, yeah, absolutely there is. A lot of guys, they want a specific, we call it a rocker, hockey calls it a radius, very specific radius. And then what speed skaters will actually do too is they'll bend them. These aren't very bent. I don't know if the camera will pick it up, but they actually use a special, it's called a bender, 3-point thing that actually you'll press along here and create a curve, and the curve should follow the turn.
Oh wow!
Yeah,
you got the blade on the ice a little bit longer.
Yeah, yeah.
Unbelievable. And the boots, are they custom? Do you go down to the store and just pick up a pair? Are they custom?
These are all stock boots because this is a younger age category. This is the U14 category. In the U18 category, you'll see a number of them will have custom skates. Yeah.
And once you got some you like, I'm sure you stick with them forever. It's just like everything else, right? Everybody gets a little finicky about their equipment.
Absolutely.
Awesome. Thanks so much for giving us a behind-the-scenes look at what happens with speed skating and speed skates. Play North, the Manitoba Games show. #PlayNorth.